After years of heavy brain drain where high populations of Asian students leave their home country for Western universities, Asian higher education institutions, together with the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, the OECD, are now looking ahead to try and level the program's playing field. The October conference in Singapore marked the beginning of this, with over 500 participants from all over the world coming together to begin mapping the issue of benchmarking within higher education. As some countries in the past have complained that these rankings often are slanted with Western bias and do not offer them the opportunity to be competitive. We spoke with OECD Shane Samuelson and friends via phone who laid out some of their future plans and challenges.
Countries have raised the issue of making sure that the benchmarking that we do does take account of differences in the country. So there's a lot of diversity in approaches between countries on how their higher education systems are managed and structured, etc. And so definitely, and within the systems as well, there's quite a lot of diversity, different kinds of institutions, etc. So we do have to actually factor in the diversity of country models and within country models in the benchmarking. It's not a ranking system, so it's more of a case of looking at how well countries are doing, but more as it's being driven as an improvement model. So the idea is to learn from each other. So it's not just saying this is the best in this particular field and this country is the best in this particular field. It's looking at how well countries are doing and then trying to find out, well, why are they doing so well? What are the policy levers they're using? What are the different inputs and activities and processes they're doing to actually get to those sort of outcomes?
Can you just tell us like a few of the indicators that you guys have established to look at?
Well, we're still in the stage of mapping, so because we haven't actually pinned down the performance dimensions. I mean, the education at a glance, if you go through that, can give you some fairly good ideas around, if you're looking at financing, there's a number of indicators around how countries finance their higher education systems. There's information around labour market outcomes in education at a glance as well. And we'll also be covering the research and innovation areas, and so the Science, Technology and Innovation Directorate within the OECD has their Science, Technology and Innovation scorecard, so we'll be drawing on a lot of the indicators that they use. The idea is that we want to use as much existing information as possible, but draw it together so we can actually make some quite sensible, in-depth analysis.
Gathering the quantitative and qualitative data needed to complete this project will take time and resources, and the OECD estimates that much of the results of this large venture will not be available until 2018, which means it could be years before significant change can be implemented. Reporting from New York City, Jenny Abamu, IENN.